What is up, guys, and welcome back to another day of Whitley Auto Works. Today I got a 2012 Accord CertaFit bumper behind me. I'm going to show you guys how to properly prep and paint a CertaFit bumper, okay? And we're going to be using Nason Fast Dry, which is pretty much the cheapest automotive paint you can get. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this on a budget, step by step. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so some of y'all might be asking, Jonathan, what the heck is a CertaFit bumper? Well, this is a Tony Yang brand. It's basically a copy of the OEM bumper, and they make them for a whole lot less. It's a whole lot cheaper than spending all the money on brand new OEM parts. So without further ado, we're going to get into this right away. And the first step is cleaning it really good and wet sanding it. I've got 500 down in my bucket, so I'm going to get the sand in this thing and we're going to get it all sanded down. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so I got the bumper completely sanded. I ended up switching it up and sanding everything down wet sand 320. That way I make sure I got it good. And the next step is use some of that wax and grease remover and wipe everything down, make it very clean. And then we'll probably shoot some spot primer because I'm going to have to blend everything. But if not, I might make a judgment call and we might just go straight to paint after putting a little Bulldog adhesion promoter on this, because this is plastic and I just want to make sure it gets a great bond. Don't want it chipping on the guy. So yeah, that's where we're at and we'll get it going. Guys, so what I did was repeated the process I showed you earlier, but what I did was I sprayed some light colored primer and then I sanded it down with 500. Now I did this pretty much just to give it a lighter colored base, that way hopefully it'll match better up to the factory paint. Now this is a 2012, so the paint is old, for lack of better words, and it's not going to match 100%, especially with fast dry. That's just kind of something that comes with cheap paint. It'll be about an 8 out of 10 once everything's done. But next step, we're going to let this dry really good because it's really hot and humid today. So you don't want to paint in humidity. So I'm going to probably wait till tomorrow morning and we'll get to spraying then. So I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow morning. Alright guys, so the color for this car is B570M Twilight Blue. It's a 2012 Honda color, and as you can see, fast dry acrylic enamel SS single stage. Alright guys, so it's the next day. We are ready to spray this bumper, and I'm going to be painting this, as I said, with Nason Fast Dry. Now this stuff's supposed to come right out of the can where you can spray it, but it is a little thick, so I'm going to reduce it down with some Nason reducer just to thin it out a little bit and give it a better spray pattern. And then we'll be ready to go. So I got the bumper prepped, cleaned, and everything like I showed you yesterday. And let's mix up some paint and let's get spraying. So as you see guys, a paint can go a pretty long way when you mix it with a reducer. Now I got almost a quart of sprayable. So don't overbuy your paint. Alright, let's get the gun loaded up and let's get the spraying. Alright guys, so I'm going to have my mask on in a minute, so I ain't going to be able to talk to you. But basically the way I'm going to approach this is all the hard to reach areas. I'm going to go ahead and try and focus on them first and just get a light coat down on everything for a first coat. You don't want to go super heavy with this stuff because it can cause reactions, runs, you can get all sorts of mess. So just take it easy on the first coat, get it light, give it something to bond to, and then we'll go to step 2, and then we'll go to step 3, or coat 2, coat 3. All right, well, let's get started. guys can see, for the main part of this bumper, I'm just dusting it for now. We'll give this a few minutes to flash off. It's 72 degrees right now, so it should dry pretty quick, about 10 minutes, and then we'll hit it with a heavier coat. All right guys, so I'm about to hit it with coat 2. As you can see, it's still blotchy, but basically what I'm gonna go for with coat 2 is a little bit heavier coat. We're going for full coverage this time. Just make sure I got everything well. And then on coat 3, we're gonna really wet this thing out and try to get it slick and shiny. Now the whole thing with that is don't go too heavy. So let's finish this bumper up. Alright guys, so we got this bumper slicked in. That is how you paint a CertaFit bumper with Nason Fast Dry paint, guys. Turned out great. Just take your time. 3 coats, a light coat, a medium coat, and a heavy coat. It's as simple as that. 3 steps, and you can have a shiny, good to go, decently, affordably priced, and very, very good match. So like I said, I've already checked the paint against this car the other day. It's going to be about an 8 or 9 out of 10, and for the price, you can't beat it. You're saving hundreds of dollars doing it this way. So look into it. Visit your local Napa store to get paint, and I'm sure the customer is going to be more than happy with this. But I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you will like, share, comment, subscribe. God bless you all, and I will see you on the next video.